G'day folks, my name's Jaden Drought with the Farm Trader magazine. Here we are, sunny Morrinsville, and behind me is a tractor that the North Island sales manager from AGCO was let loose on tractor configuration, and in a desperate hope not to get fired, he's fully spec'd up a 942. It's the only 942 in the country, so this is the new Gen6 FENDT 900 series, and as you can see, it's in the striking black livery, which is the Black Beauty with the Diesel Ross edition, which is as top spec as it comes. So here's the man, Chris.
Jaden,
how are you, mate?
Yeah, good.
Hey, so just talk me through the tractor. So we've been through a number of these in the past.
Yep.
We've talked about these big flash tractors. So let's go through a few of the features, but what we'll also go is maybe a little bit of cost of ownership stuff, so that, you know, it's an expensive tractor, we get that, but
it's for a reason.
Yeah,
you know?
And it's not that much more than $1,000 a horsepower.
No.
And it's a big old tractor, so what we maybe need to bog down in some of those details where we can. So let's just start at the engine.
Yep.
Striking as this tractor is, it's very similar to the 1000 series, isn't it? So
yeah,
there's some similarities there, so
yeah.
you just walk us through some of them.
Yeah, you and I talked about the 1000 series not that long ago. So the new 900 Gen 6 has gone the same way. It's a MAN engine, it's a 9-litre man. This one here, the 942, is 415 horsepower rated. So we've got, in New Zealand, we've got 5 models, so between 300 and 415 horse. Same sort of principle as the 1000, it's all built around high torque, low RPM, so maximum fuel consumption with the best performance.
Yeah. And so the high torque, low rev, let's just talk about that for a minute, because I mean, we did some scooping, admittedly it was a little bit of a bog.
Yeah.
It's middle of July, you get that.
A little bit, yeah.
But, I mean, hardly cracked over 1,000 RPM. So, I mean, that's where it all is at, isn't it? That's at less than 1,250 odd RPM.
Yep, max torque is made at 1250. The rev range is between 650 and 1,750 RPM.
Yeah.
We've done a bit of testing, not with this one, you're the first one to get it filthy, and you did a good job of it. We had a 936 out earlier in the year, and the highest RPM I saw that thing get to was 1,640. And that was with the biggest bit of tillage equipment we could find. So yeah, compared to what we're seeing with you know, a more traditional style tractor, the rev range is really low, fuel consumption's exactly the same, and it's just less, I suppose it's less wear and tear in general on the engine and transmission. Yeah, okay.
So just speaking of the engine and trans, so that lower RPM obviously has allowed them to extend the service intervals?
Yes, yep, 1,000 on the engine, and on the transmission it's 2,000 intervals on the oil also.
And obviously still running a separate transmission and hydraulic oil reservoir?
Correct, yep.
And the hydraulic pump on this is the Big Daddy?
Again, it wasn't my money, so I ticked that box and went for the 430 litre option. We've got 3 different spec levels. This, with that 430 litres, is actually 2 separate pumps, load sensing pumps, on their own individual hydraulic circuit. So one is 220 litres and one's 210.
Okay, so 430 in total.
Yep.
And spools?
6 and 2 is the maximum we can do, so 8 total. Depending on spec, it'll change. So yeah, I can't think of a machine in New Zealand that it won't cover. You know, the guys over in Canada and things like that are taking it up with big giant seed drills and things like that. Cool. So limitations are pretty much none. Okay.
And I guess, you know, like for a big tractor, it's very manoeuvrable, obviously, because of the traditional FENDT stature where it's quite stumpy and and obviously quite, you know, the power to weight is all there. This obviously with the Vario gearbox, but also the 4-wheel drive system and how that works in it. You know, do you want to just explain how that works?
Yeah, so same as the 1000 series. It's a constantly active 4-wheel drive is probably the easiest way to explain it. It's 2 hydraulic motors that will transition power from the front to the rear wherever it's needed. So you noticed before when we're scooping, you get on full lock, it actually sends power to the front and drags the tractor through the corner. So even though the chassis on this is 100mm longer than the old model 900, you get about 10% tighter turning circle. So for a big tractor, like 415 horsepower tractor, that's a big tractor. It's manoeuvrable.
For triple mowers or something like that, it makes it a very versatile tractor in someone's fleet, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Hey, so just another thing that was quite noticeable today, the Vero grip.
Yes.
Just discuss that for a little bit.
Yeah. So
the benefits there.
We're seeing the uptake of that in New Zealand more and more.
Yeah.
We've got some really big contractors and civil type businesses as well that are picking it up. They're seeing 50% or more tyre life with having Vero grip. So basically, if you haven't heard of it, it's a system where you can deflate via the 10.4 terminal for field conditions, hit a button, it'll inflate in a couple of minutes back into road use. So today, where we're trying to scoop in a soup, it was helpful. We could have gone a little bit lower, but it showed you what it's capable of doing.
It's very cool, and it is very versatile. I mean, and the speed that it happens makes it user friendly, and the fact that it will actually get used. If you've got some aftermarket
100%.
system on there and it's slow, it's just naturally not going to get used.
And for big businesses where you've got operators in here, it's a safety thing as well. You haven't got guys ripping down the road at 55k an hour on a tyre that's not the correct pressure. But it is just a big cost saving. You know, you can't scoot down to your local bow repairs and buy that thing off the shelf. If you can improve the life on that tyre, you're going to save a lot of money at the end of it, and fuel.
Yeah. Hey, so ground up rebuild for the new Gen6, but talk about the cab, because there's some cool stuff happening in there.
Yep, so again, it's focused around user friendliness and comfort. You're not driving this thing for a couple of hours a day. Generally, they're doing long days. There's 8% more glass in this machine, so surface area, so visibility's improved. You can see the little side wiper there, 220 degree side wiper, 300 degree on the front. They've shifted the rear one, so your visibility at the back's a lot better. A whole lot of improvements. This one, again, went a little bit harder and ticked the box on the infotainment system. So that's basically a sound bar that you'd have at home sitting behind your head, so you can crank up your Miley Cyrus or whatever it is that you wish to listen to for the day and be in total comfort. The Bluetooth microphones, there's 8 of those in there now, so all those sorts of things, it's just, it's made for efficiency again and less stress on the operator. A lot more comfort.
Just quality.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And the leather seat's obviously a nice touch. You know, like
very nice.
It is very comfortable. And talk about the stability of the air suspension on the cab just quickly.
So 3-point air suspension on this, and it has an auto stabilising system. So we can spec this 60k. You know, rip down the road, get into your corners. You don't feel that dragging sideways of you in the cab. It will automatically level itself. So very comfortable to drive.
Cool, man. And look, the low torque, the high torque, low rev concept is, like at 60k is still only less than 1500 revs, isn't it? So fuel efficiency to burn.
1200 at 50. So it's just and these things, everyone buys them because they last so long. You do massive hours in them, and that really adds up. If it's a litre here and there, makes a difference. Goes a long way to paying for the machine.
Sweet. Hey, thanks very much for your time today, Chris. So if you're a magpie and you're in the market for a tractor with the chrome stack and the nice black livery, check it out. Check out the social media platforms and also the upcoming review in the Farm Trader magazine, as well as the video which will be up on the website. Cheers, mate.
Thank you.